two of the attackers, Icarus and Merkules. Icarus and Mercury's God's plan. I wonder where they got that song from. There he is with his Hell's Angels tattoo on, and there they go. Inspiring rap, singing, whatever artist they want to be, masking who they truly are in nature. Drake's cronies. But it's a lot deeper than that, and we gonna get to it. Let's go. Hi, I'm Carcino. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Now, Merkules, one of the big shot callers in Canadian rap out there near Montreal. Right? Now, the bigger picture that people seem to not understand or see is that these guys are Hell Angels members and affiliates, and some Armenian guy named Icarus. They're all lined together, inspiring to get into the business side to make legal money, to wash with illegal money. We've seen it happen before, right? Now, the scale and the capacity in which this happened was crazy. Because this guy has actually been to Chicago. Both of them got ties here in Chicago. With a lot of international people that live here in this city, they've actually come here and did shows and was booked here. Icarus and Merkules. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, what did they have to do with the actual events that happened? Well, Merkules is a shot caller out there. Icarus is like a foot soldier or one of the guys that's in his crew that move in that same umbrella. Merkules is like the boss, the shot caller. And Drake and his affiliation is that his next door neighbor happens to own the clothing store in which they go in and sell the merchandise. And he's also a chapter member of the Toronto area, which also plugs Drake to this. And you see Icarus is right there as like his foot soldier in this whole Armenian like mess that they're in. And they're allegedly involved in a lot of things, from mostly crime, drug trade, and the whole nine. Now, Icarus is the guy who's Icarus is not the fat one. Somebody says, Icarus the fat one? The fat one is Merkules. Icarus is the other guy. So this is their song called God's Plan that they just put out. I wonder where they got that from. This is basically a Canadian criminal version of God's Plan. Now, this is going to go to another level. I should leave this to the police. I'm not investigating a crime. Now, plus it's already been known. And then this person, Merkules, actually went to Sway in Tech because he went to Canada one time and met up with nobody other than your boy Snoop. And Snoop ended up signing him to Death Row Records. So he's a Death Row artist. I'm not joking. Snoop signed him. Because when he went out there, he protected Snoop, kept Snoop safe, took him everywhere, said, "We got you." So Merkules has signed his contract over with Snoop. But this, right, it echoes a lot. Yeah, it echoes a lot. Yeah, you see him and Snoop. That's Snoop's homeboy, Snoop artist. Signed him to Death Row. So this is what happened and why everybody believes it was lined up. As we're going to go into this whole expose that you keep calling an expose. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all exactly what it is. Of course he ain't throw the punch. He the boss. He the shot caller. The shot caller ain't going to throw the punch. He the one gave the command to throw the punch. Now, here's the thing that people need to check out and believe. And believe me when I tell you this. Everybody saw this and know this. Snoop, why do you think Snoop deliberately was in Canada when this whole Kendrick pop-out thing was coming up? He knew the pop-out was coming out 2 weeks before it came out. He made sure he was booked out of the country. So people wouldn't ask, where was he at? Why he wasn't there? Nothing. He had another engagement in Canada. And he made sure he was out of the country because he wasn't going to go on that stage when they doing Not Like Us against Drake. And he went to Canada. He goes out there. He talks to his people. He makes his video, said, Kendrick, hey, you the king of hip hop. And that was cool. LA gave him a pass just for that. So they said, all right, Snoop, you still good. Because you said Kendrick was the king and all of that. And gave him his props all the way out there. That's fine. But he made sure he had nothing to do with any of it. Now, Drake, because he's aligned with that chapter, now it looks deliberate and that it was staged the whole time because of what actually happened in the actual brawl itself. Yep. Yo, yeah. The actual brawl footage itself. You will see. Yep, definitely. The footage itself will show you like what transpired and what happened when they were face to face, the whole nine. Well, I'm trying to find it enough, to show you the real angles here because, YouTube will get crazy with it. Now, from the angle I have, they kind of show you something really up close. But exactly. What you start to see is this situation is gone from something that was manageable to something that's shocking and revealing. You see Merkules right there in the middle of the conversation with Rick Ross. This is kind of a smaller take of it. Merkules is telling him what to do. And he's whispering in his ear. Now that's Icarus, that's Merkules, right? The shot caller. Now watch, they having this conversation, and then he's gonna whisper in his ear and tell him what to do. See, he whispers in his ear, then he dips off. Now, why he does this and it takes off and goes into another direction, things go left. But Merkules gave the command. And you could see that clearly. He was the shot caller. Mm-hmm. Well, when you get in a situation where there's a brawl and people get hurt, Mm-hmm. When people get hurt from it, that's when it turns into something else. But he wasn't there also. There was another guy on the scene. Yeah, an old head. Mm-hmm. A Canadian rapper who's about 48 years old. Goes by the name of Man-Child. Now, Man-Child was allegedly involved in this rumble too. Now, these dudes are Hell's Angels members, real gangsters in Canada. Now, when you start seeing stuff like this develop, you start saying, oh man. So Drake allegedly gets Merkules to go out and pull this move in honor of Drake, who's one of their brothers. That's why they were there. Most of these guys were rapping and performing and doing their shows because they local rap acts, right? But the rap game is really just a diversion. That's really just an excuse and a reason for them to get in there. He's from a group called Swollen Members. Now, Snoop is going to have a real problem being associated with Merkules after this incident and him being on Death Row Records. Because even if Merkules go and do another show and go back to the Bay, go back to LA, he going to have problems. I don't care how many bikers he bring with him. He going to have problems. And I know they keep talking about the biker gang is all this and this. The biker gang is, they do that. Nobody really scared of them. Nobody just bothered. We don't have any care or concern about nothing they really doing. But once we do, then you'll see what it is. They'll see what it is when attention is really going their way. Nobody giving them, like we don't give them attention. They beef is with other biker gangs and we're not in the biker world. So don't nobody really care about what in the world they doing. So it ain't no, they put fear in everybody. We just don't nobody really care. They got Hell's Angels in Cali and everything else. And most of those guys in Cali, they know. They have talked to some of the brothers out there. They know. Like they have respect for like most of the blood members and stuff like that because they rock the red, the Hell's Angels. And like that's just a chapter they got over there. And, the chapter they got here is different chapters of this, but the Montreal ones are involved in a whole bunch of stuff. My tone ain't changed at all. Why is Snoop associated with him? Because of what? For every reason you think. Protection, international protection. You just not finna come do no show and do something in Canada, and now you've signed this Canadian act. Now you got international money coming through. These dudes come through prepared. They got money already. Right. And Merkules is the baby out of the clique, but he's the boss. He a shot call. So he orchestrated what was going on, in my opinion. And from what we've seen. So this whole thing is escalating. And if you're on the Patreon, you already know I've been contacted by some people, and I'll let you know who on the Patreon. So Snoop gonna have to answer for this. Snoop signed a racist. Yep. He's like, I just finished watching that on the Patreon. So if you're on the Casino for Life Patreon, you know what time it is. I don't think those pictures are up anymore. Well, Drake has never did anything on his own. This is a dude that got beat up by Diddy, getting his leg peed on. He's used to not doing anything. Oh, yeah, that's there, Richie, still. Yeah, we do got that. Now, most people just don't care, like us. But when we see one of our people getting wrong, eventually somebody's going to care. And then it's going to get into trouble. Absolutely. When you start seeing the realness from it, mm-hmm. Then you'll start to understand it a lot better. It was a designed attack. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ask who was Don from the 20s. So when you hang out with biker gang members or you're supporting these guys and giving them rap contracts, people who are known like racist people, when you giving them rap contracts and you putting them on stage and doing shows with them, and you look at Drake and you say, Drake, why are you affiliated with these people? All over some punches? Shoot, man, you don't understand. Your life could be taken off one punch. You swing on the wrong individual, you could be gone. I know somebody that didn't even connect with a punch. They gone. It's because they decided to throw down with somebody they shouldn't have. He threw down with somebody who was a real vice lord. He was a lieutenant. You can't throw down with him. Dude didn't even know, but he swung on him. He shoved. It was a shove and a swing. And he didn't know, and he wanted to apologize. When he apologized, they accepted it. And after accepting it, 2 weeks later, he was gone. That's how this business is. They'll chew you up, spit you out. So they had no business being there in the first place, second place, third place, any place. This ain't about Rick Ross. This is about a bunch of racist white guys jumping on a black man. And if you can't see that by now, that's what I got a problem with. I'm shocked that you don't have a problem with that. So you should already know I'm not sitting here capping and rooting for Rick Ross. Y'all already know I don't like him. So y'all already know that ain't what this is about at all. This ain't no, oh, you just hate Drake. That ain't what this got to do with it at all. Because in the whole beef thing, I sided with Drake. I told him not to even deal with Rick Ross. He was a waste of time. I said, Rick Ross is a waste of time. Why you want to go that route? Mm-hmm. Oh, you know it. Because they don't want, right, exactly. They don't want to see that. They don't want to see you progress. They don't want to see you succeed. They want to see you fail. That's their main goal. They want to see you fall flat on your face. And all these dudes are inspiring rappers. Wow, they knocked me right off. You see that? Knocked me right off. Yep. And that's the guy that swung on Rick Ross and kicked it all off after he got the command by Merkules to go ahead and do the swing. Former boxer. These are the guys. Oh, this goes all the way up his tree. Look, if somebody associated with me go and hit somebody that's got beef with me or is doing something for me, I might not have told them, but I'm going to have problems because of it. How many of y'all watch The Sopranos? How many of y'all here watch the show Sopranos? I know they are. These guys have done shows here. I've gotten that information. Actually, a couple of people that they went and did shows with, they come to a local bar out here that I've been to. They've been there. These guys are promoters. Then there's a Russian bar that I drove by called Astoria. It's like a Russian nightclub. Blacks will turn the other way if you give them a check. Yeah. So when you talk about problems and scenarios, the guy that took a swing and missed, there he is, the Icarus man. Big Black Crypto. Drake has a net worth, meaning that his worth is estimated to be approximately that because they plan on making $1 billion off of him based on the, the business deal that they put in place when they offered him 400 million. If they offered you 400 million, they're planning on making double off of you or more. That's by the evaluation that they put in place. So they look at you as $1 billion man. None of this is a secret. Like everybody in Canada knows. So this ain't hide somebody snitching. This is all common sense. Even Hospin is like cool with them. He's the weird black guy that we don't really deal with. Snake the Ripper. Their other guy. Rick Ross should have joined the Black Gorilla family and become BGA. Yeah, Mad Child is the OG of they hoes clique. And the little shot caller that they got out there that's in the streets rumbling like that and still making it happen is Merkules. And then he got his people that run under him that he give his commands to. then it goes up another level. I wouldn't say Canada's up right now. You know, y'all doing a lot of talking, Canada. I'm just saying, calm down. This ain't nothing to be bragging about. Because you don't want Canada versus USA at all. Y'all bragging over the wrong stuff right now. Rick Ross didn't get knocked out at all. You didn't even touch him. He walked out with all his jewelry on and everything. Mm-hmm. Merkules raps better than most of our favorite rappers. Not gonna lie. Yeah, okay. Rick got punched in the face. Stop it. Yeah, he did get punched by the other guy. It looked like it was one of the other dudes that popped him. Yeah, whoever that dude is that hit him with that stiff jab. That's because Rick came in there. He didn't come in an aggressive stance. You got to come in ready, you know, to let stuff fly. He didn't come in there like that at all. I'm from the South and can see Canada too close to New York, Illinois, and Michigan to be woofing like that. I know. We got people out in Toronto, everywhere. I ain't worried about no Hell's Angels. Man, I can get my own races. I have my own races, biker gang crash with them. I could go hire me one. Well, see, that's the thing. Nike and a lot of people are looking into this. Nike is already talking about, hey, what's going on here? Because the shoe wasn't selling. They've lost millions on the new Nocta shoe that Drake put out. Millions of loss. And now they're gonna have to. His deal is not like, hey, we giving you $400 million. No, that's not. That's what it could earn. That's what the deal is worth, about 450 million. But what you're seeing is something that's not that at all. Yeah, that's Snake the Ripper and all these guys. People are getting pumped up over this stuff. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Then you got evil. Evil Ebenezer, right? Another one of their rap buddies with the Garden of Evil. He lets you know exactly what he is. Mm-hmm. These names are insane. They totally colonized our culture and used Drake as the face. Evil Ebenezer Scrooge. People act like they mad. Why are you doing that, Sino? What you doing exposing these dudes? I'm showing a bunch of racist white folks and they mad at me. I'm snitching. You believe? Can you believe our people, man? We are so screwed up. How I don't see a lot of us hating on Canada. I see a lot of Canada sticking their chests out, like they bragging, like over a punch. And the fact that y'all beat up on a bodyguard. Oh, absolutely. They don't want that because it doesn't fit the agenda. I don't care about somebody being racist. If that's what they are, be racist over there. Do your racist stuff wherever the hell you are. Do it. Just stay the hell away from us. Nobody wanted you over here. Nobody asked for you. Mm-hmm. Drake really gonna have some problems on his hands. Like I told you, on the Patreon, we getting all to it. And the Latino dude that rolled with him, yeah, he's like, man, y'all got a Latino dude that rolled with him. He cool with him. He from San Antonio, Texas. He cool with him. But he's a neutral brother. That's Young Sin. Young Sin is cool with them. He roll with the crew. Now, I'm going to say this to a bunch of Canadians because y'all getting out of hand here. Bro, if it wasn't for black folks, y'all still be going to bed at 10 o'clock at night. All right? Let me tell y'all something. Y'all want to brag about Toronto? Y'all didn't have no nightclubs. Y'all didn't have no places to kick it. Nothing. All y'all had was doggone wild, what they got now. Nothing bars and that's what y'all had. And y'all went to bed at 10 o'clock at night. Y'all had nothing for years. It wasn't until the 90s, the late 90s, that you start to get anything in Toronto. Do you want to know why? And how I know all that? Because remember, I was there. You want to know why I know what happened and who actually changed everything there? Vince Carter. Once Vince Carter came there, he made it prevalent to make a place for NBA players and people that come to town to visit can have a place to kick it, and told them and fought the city of Toronto that, hey, we got to have the club stay open later. People after the game can't go nowhere to kick it. So they had a nightclub, and he pushed it to where the clubs could open up late, like they do here in America. So y'all used to go to bed when real activity was going on out here. Y'all was in bed. So understand something before. So a Black American helped make y'all live. Understand that. While y'all up in here popping shit in the chat. Understand your history first. Rick was instigating with that song, so why be mad at the reaction? Rick Ross shouldn't have played the song. I agreed that, but because he played the song, that means that you get to fight him? Who are you? It ain't got nothing to do with you. The song ain't insulting Canada. He ain't playing a diss song to Montreal. He ain't playing a diss song to Canada. It was a diss song to Drake. You ain't Drake. You a fat Pillsbury Doughboy looking motherfucker. Ain't got nothing to do with you. He don't even know you. They ain't had nothing to do with your biker boy gang. So whatever neo-Nazi biker gang you involved in, it had nothing to do with you. But y'all was sent there. This ain't about Canada. It ain't about the USA. It's about a couple of losers who decided we gonna do something for Drake because he gonna make opportunities for us. He's our mule. They use this dude as a mule. Man, look, cat's out the bag. Everybody know these biker gangs only associate themselves with professional athletes and stuff like that to cover it up so they can help move their drug money quicker and make it look legit. Stop. Stop the cap. Ain't no way I'm gonna align myself with a bunch of racist people. Everybody know what they doing. It's not even close to being something that's like, oh wow, shocks. This is a shock. They all know what they doing. It's like no surprise. Nobody is in their way. Nobody's saying anything about these dudes. Oh, they got a lot of guys that they cool with. The guy from Boston, Slang. You ever see the movie with Ben Affleck? What was the movie when they were robbing the banks? Damn. The Town. The Town with Ben Affleck. That's who Slane is. Slane was one of the guys that was in the movie. There he is. Slane. Slane is one of their affiliates too. Yeah, La Coca Nostra. Yeah, he's one of their affiliates too. Like when they do their shows, them Hell Angels, Slane is another one in there too. Yeah, he's cool with Matt Damon, Ben Affleck. He one of their guys, you know. Boston all the way. So they all got ties here in the United States, but I'm saying these people are affiliates. I'm not saying Slang had anything to do with it. I'm just showing you the crew. Like these guys are old, you know. He said, he said, I see you got to your boiling point, but you know this is ignorance and it's about to turn up. But this chat trolls can twist the narrative. Exactly. It's unfortunate, but Drake just made it real hard for himself. Now, how you gonna do a tour? You better go international. Because if you talking about doing a tour out here, that's why Drake don't do interviews. He don't go to these radio stations because he know. But now you gonna be on that chitlin circuit again, buddy. You're gonna be out there begging because you're done. A lot of people ain't finna deal with you no more. Miami damn sure ain't finna deal with you no more. Because you ain't what's hot no more anyway. And then when this incident happened, I've already been contacted by some people. If you're on the Patreon, you already know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Yes, but see, here's the thing, James. Those 37 companies are shell companies. He's protected by the Illuminati. He's a part of the what is that? The Strike LLC, and that's just to move money internationally back and forth with each other. He's part of that branch. He's part of the Illuminati Owl branch. The blood that the owl that drinks the human blood, what they call that, a strike. That's what the company, the LLC, is called. He's one of the branch members of that in his company. All of his LLCs are structured differently, but it's nothing different from everybody else. I went through that with Drake and his finances. We did that on the Patreon. We showed you his Illuminati ties. That's why we said he's a liar and definitely a master manipulator who will go through great lengths. Have anybody ever heard about the bodyguard that was hit? Where were the bullet holes in Drake's house? The news never found one bullet hole anywhere. In none of the place. People know he's richer than Jay and Puff. You got to remember, Jay didn't get started doing the stuff he was doing. He was in his 30s before he started to get to excel. Drake was starting off in his 30 years of age, but Drake's net worth is about 200 million. But see, here's the thing about net worth. That's based on evaluations. Your company is contingent on your success. A lot of Drake investments are investments contingent on his success. He has a film company that puts out Euphoria, the TV show with HBO. All of his entertainment deals are done there. All his international property deals, yeah, that could keep him in a house forever, but Drake spends an excessive amount of money. This dude just lost about $3 million last month in gambling. Then he lost $700,000 this month. And I mean July. Then he'll win one bet. Well, he'll win like 1.2 million and he'll be feeling himself. Then would lose about another 4 million. A lot of people's money isn't liquid. Net worth is the equivalent of what you're worth right now. If you were to basically sell off everything that you have, you possibly could get that much money. That's why Jay-Z isn't a billionaire. LeBron James isn't a billionaire. And here's the thing. No one ever said LeBron was a billionaire. They manipulated the press by saying LeBron's a billionaire. LeBron's not a billionaire. It's not even close. LeBron James, what he was able to do was to finagle people to twist the narrative of what was actually reported. What was actually reported is LeBron James has earned $1 billion in his NBA salary. But people ran with the narrative that, oh, LeBron's a billionaire. They said he made $1 billion in the NBA. No, for playing as long as he did in the NBA, all of his contracts came out to $1 billion. So now it's over $1 billion for him that he's grossed that throughout his NBA career. Doesn't mean LeBron James is a billionaire. If I had all the money I've grossed my entire life, I'd be multi-millionaire. But I don't have all that money. I had to spend that money, right? If y'all had all the money that y'all had that you've earned, and they said that's what you had, right? If I get that game, I probably wouldn't get any work done. Just being honest. Well, here's the thing. Those guys don't have to do any shows here. Here's the thing, though. His Raptor stake don't even give him $1 million, to be honest. His stake, he makes more off the nightclub he has in there. The nightclub actually pays him more money than the stake he has in the actual team. Thanks, Prime. I appreciate that. He says Drake is an actual billionaire. My friend's firm does his accounting. His homes in Canada alone are over 225 million. Probably less than that, I believe. I can look into it, but I doubt it's worth that much. But it's a valuable asset to have, but you have to spend money to keep that up. You have all the responsibilities from it. Now, here's the thing. His stake in the Raptors alone is not worth that much money. It's just that's something he could have on his resume to say, hey, I'm a part owner or an ambassador to the team. It's not a very lucrative deal. To make money and to just brag and promote your friends, you go around using that moniker by having your nightclub in there, your little spot. You make more money off of that from people buying bottles in there, celebrities going there after games and stuff like that. That's where a lot of his revenue comes from. Plus, they have private parties in there. Like, they have another area downstairs that's like the elevator takes you down, and that's where the celebrities come through the tunnels. Yeah, and they got a club down there, and that's where a lot of parties and stuff take place. Soon Drake is going to be doing what Diddy's doing right now, selling everything else. Let's not forget the allegations. The Fed's job is super easy. The internet is doing the job for him. Drake thinks he's untouchable. It's not really that. It's just that nobody's going to be looking at Drake right now. The Feds are not, until he does something that offends the people that's in the group. Now, the group that he's in, though, he hasn't offended them yet. So they're not going to do anything that would take away from any earnings that he might have that's coming up. Not really. That's giving him a little too much credit. People go to Toronto. Most of the people that visit Toronto don't visit Toronto for Drake at all. A lot of people go to Toronto for different reasons. They go there for concerts, music, jazz. Like there's like people that actually go there. Like Toronto it's a huge music place. Like black artists, jazz artists go there. They still have because they're still like old school, like downtown and stuff. Toronto used to be the cleanest city in the world because one, they used to pay you money for your trash. I don't know if they still did that. Like the bottles and cans, you can bring that in. That makes Drake look good, but nobody comes to Toronto for Drake. Trust me, they don't. They don't come there at all for Drake. It's to say he generates that much money for them. Maybe back then, but not now. Definitely, people in the six don't even. He won't even go back to the six. That's another thing. He don't go back over there. The guys over there don't want nothing to do with him. When this whole thing came out, that's what they saying. No, he used us. He didn't do anything for us. He used us. He said, we canceled me, now Snake. Hey, he at least he's super chatting. So hey, he could be fanned out all he wants. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, the KKK Canada is in the house. Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Exactly what I mean right there. Now, when that brawl happened, these people didn't understand what was popping. He said Canada has organized crime. They are more intelligent and don't stand on street corners and snatch purses. They all can read and write. Snoop and Drake chose organized crime over petty street crime. Okay. Well, what happened at that festival looked like a street crime. That looked like petty, old-fashioned street crime. As we take a look one more time, and we'll show it to you. Petty street crime. And we'll do you one even better. Watch the two instigators, Icarus and Merkules. There they go. That's Icarus, right? And who's whispering into him, giving him the shot, sending him off? Merkules. He whispering in his ear, telling him to take off. Look at Merkules right there. He looking at Rick Ross and he telling Merkules what to do. And they push that guy's hand back. Look at him. Focus right here. Keep your focus over there. Then he take off and he walks off after telling him what to do. Merkules walks off and they're giving the command to him. Watch, see? He tells him one more time, go ahead, swing on. And then he's going to dip off. And then the swing happens. The water goes, this and that. Still keep your focus over here. Find Merkules. See, everybody watch the brawl and watching what's happening. Find Merkules. That's Merkules right here. Once it start happening, watch he back off. Watch what he does. You see the melee happening? You see? That's him. Right there. See? Follow Merkules. That's all you got to do. Now, watch what Merkules do. See how he stands back, not moving? And watch what he does. See what he's doing? He put the hood over his head and he walks away. After sending the command, now he goes and walks away. Throws the hood on, walks away. That's a shot caller. That's how you know it was orchestrated. That's how you know it was deliberate. That's how you know what went down was supposed to go down that way. So Drake, you're going to be attached to this. Because now it looked like when you went and liked the video, like Luke said, you okayed all this. Snoop, you signed him to Death Row Records. You okayed all this. The only people that complained about not like us was those guys right there on that line that was fighting. Nobody in the crowd cared. The song wasn't this in Montreal. It wasn't this in Vancouver. It wasn't this in Canada. It was this in one man. This ain't about Rick Ross, Jay Stewart. This is about a bunch of racist white guys jumping on black people. And then I show y'all, and then I just showed y'all what he actually did. He sat there and gave him the call and told him to take off on him. Merkules is the shot caller. Then he stepped to the side and threw his hoodie on and walked away. Like the boss do, sending his minions to go out and do his bidding. So it was orchestrated. Oh, they all know what time it is because these are the people that that go across that fine line, they thread the needle. Mm-hmm. These dudes are criminals. They're actually proud to be criminals. So when he sent this goon to go do what he do, it's no surprise. It's no surprise. There they go side by side. Merkules and Icarus. There they go. Yeah. Nothing has changed. Mm-hmm. Rick Ross ain't hurting. Oh yeah, definitely hit the like button for the video, please. We got way too many views not to have the likes up there like that. Yeah, so we got to get the likes up. Definitely got to get the likes up. That's my fault for not saying it, but yeah, hit the like button, good people. Got to get those likes up. Right, so that they'll know that we don't have bots here. We got real people here. Definitely hit the like button. Support this page. Keep it up. Right. If you're new here, subscribe so that you don't be left behind. Calling Drake white boy wasn't racist. Um, how's it? How's that racist? If I call somebody a white guy, am I calling it? Is that racist? Those are two white guys. How's that racist? He said, "How you do this, bro? This chat is unreal. This got me wanting to pull up on the internet cowards. Done it before. Oh man, y'all must be pissing this dude off. Y'all put some prime off. Uncle Luke got a weird case. Shoot, Drake did move like a white boy. What do you mean? I think he was ever all in his right to call him a white boy. You know he's half white, don't you? Right. He's white when it's convenient for him. He's black when it's convenient for him. But we judge Drake off his music. But he want to go the gangster route now. He wants to be a gangster. This is playing out like, what's his name? Carlito's way. You're not a lawyer no more. Dave, you're not a lawyer. You a gangster now. Whole different set of rules. And you can't have a late start. You no longer a lawyer now. You a gangster. Without Drake, the rap game is losing. That's a joke and a lie. Nobody replacing Drake. Do the rap industry need Drake? No, we don't. That's the thing. Rap has been going on without Drake. Drake has been on features for all these other artists, keeping himself hot and relevant. His last couple of projects haven't been successful. Honestly, Nevermind was not successful at all. Her Loss was successful because that's really a 21 Savage out. He's downloading everybody else's swag once again. And now everybody else is just forced to, make their way in a figure eight. Mm-hmm. When you're in the synagogue of all these people who have nothing but hate and disdain in their heart, this is what it ends up being. Right. And academics don't know what to say because this is out his weight class. This is all out of his element. And you let this
any rap nigga, he a freak throw, man down, call her Amber Lambs, tell him breathe.
Is this straight? My Adidas. Years ago, my little brother made a song called My Adidas, and that song became so big, so explosive, that it saved the company, Adidas. Saved it. Good morning. I'm going to record this, so I'll play it back. So I'll begin early. Not that many people joined my Instagram anyway. A couple of hundred maybe. Let me say this. I was asked to speak about this attack on the founding fathers, and in light of it becoming the 50th birthday of hip-hop, I figured I'd share something because I was asked from a friend. He sent me the comments from the DJ academics. I don't know who Academics is, but I know that he's popular amongst.
Exactly. I don't know who DJ Academics is. Where did he come from? Why would he have anything to do with hip hop? To be somebody who's calling shots or what he says mean anything? Oh, Drizzy, no. Don't do that. Because now we can get to a position to where we can make this really interesting for people. You know, a lot of people heard the hard part 6 and threw up, remember? But there's key things in the hard part 6 from the moment it started. Let's take a look at Drake's affiliation. Now, without his crying, let's go through the lyrics. The Pulitzer Prize winner is definitely spiraling. I got your effing lines tapped. I swear that I'm dialed in. First, I was a rat. So where's the proof of the trial then? Where's the paperwork or the cabinet it's filed in? 1090J would have took all the walls down. The streets would have had me hiding in a small town. My Montreal connects. Stand up, not fall down. My Montreal connects. Stand up, not fall down. The ones that you're getting your story from, they're all clowns. My Montreal connects. Stand up. That's like Trump giving the doggone thing on January 6th, right? So, who are your Montreal connects? We all know what that is. Mm-hmm. So, the stories we're getting from the people are all clowns. So I guess all the clowns are winning it. So your Montreal connections, your Hells Angels, right? Your Icarus and Merkules. Damn. That's effed up. Yeah, Zoe Prime said, remember, they were broke then. He said, Drake too rich to get in trouble, remember? And he's like, I guess R. Kelly and Epstein was broke that from then, right? These two idiots are plugged into Montreal just as much as Vancouver. Okay, Montreal, Vancouver is right there. Don't matter. The Maasai crabs. Mm-hmm. Have you ever played Have You Ever? Okay, homie, let's play. Well, Drake got one more month, and it's finna get real difficult for him. It's gonna be real tricky. Oh, they doing all they can right now to hack and do all that craziness. It don't even matter, man. Shouts out to, because we at the end of this. Shouts out to Kwame Brown, Bus Life, Ticket TV, Dreamers Pro, Damn D, POV, been doing this thing, covering this like everybody else. Teaser Tales, you all over the place, but you're entertaining. Who else? Welcome to HD IITV, Jag Sports with Jose Rodriguez. Support those channels. The Star Report, if I haven't said that already. It's a lot of people out here just covering this and doing well. And they process, man. And the 305, man, I'm trying to tell you, pay attention. Not Like Us is played out. Not really. I'm finna play it right after I get off this video. I ain't joking. Matter of fact.
Depot, any rap nigga, he a free throw. Man down, call her ambulance, tell him breathe, bro. Nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with